What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Make sure my sound is good. Make sure my sound is good. Y'all see tonight's discussion, man. It's crazy right now in Daystar land. Let me make sure everything is sounding good on my end before we get in here. We don't want no. What's going on? What's going on? There we go. Everybody? Oh yeah, we sounding good. We sounding good. So y'all see what's going on in Daystar land. Many people is jumping ship after all this, allegations with, baby lamb and all the stuff that's going on with Daystar. A lot of, ministers is jumping ship. Yo, and the crazy thing is, man, me personally, a lot of the people that's jumping ship they not sounding doctrine anyway. It's almost like maybe that's me. I know a lot of y'all is kind of happy that all these people is jumping shit, but I'm like, it really don't matter to me because a lot of the people, I would probably say, out of all the people who jump ship, if y'all aren't familiar or know all the people that jump ship, Lance Wallnow, Jesse Duplantis, which Lance Wallnow and Jesse Duplantis, if you ask me, they are smack dab out of their minds. Hank Kuhneman, oh my goodness, Hank Kuhneman is all the way through, if you ask me. Jack Graham, I like Jack Graham. Jack Graham, he's probably the only one out them all say that. Okay, you know what I mean. Jack, I listened to Jack Graham back in the day. His doctrine is pretty sound. And the most recent one to jump ship is, drum roll please, Joyce Meyer, as y'all saw in the thumbnail. Joyce Meyer has jumped ship. And Joni, I can only imagine Joni is over there crying because there's nothing like, y'all know how broadcast networks work. They get paid is people pay them to be on their programs. Hold on, I got a call real quick. My bad, y'all. They get paid on when people buy their slots. And that's a big business. And then they get advertisement dollars when people buy their spots. And a lot of people is pulling away from Daystar now. Y'all want to know what's crazy? It's bittersweet for me. What's happening to the Daystar? Y'all want to know why it's bittersweet? A lot of people are going to be out of a job at Daystar. Daystar employ a lot of people. You ain't got to Joni and what went on with Baby Lamb, which is always going to be justice for Baby Lamb, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. A lot of people going to be out of job over there at Daystar though, because Daystar is crumbling. They are falling. But as y'all come in, I see there's a few people in here. As y'all come in, smash up the thumbs up button, man, before I get, all the way into my notes and all the way into, breaking all this down. As y'all come in, smash the like button, share this out to a friend, tell a friend who will tell a friend who will tell the next to king. Your boy St. Reese is back at it again. You know what I mean? But yeah, so, most, recently, well, as of today, Joyce Meyer pulled out of Daystar Network. And she out of all the people who pulled out, Joyce Meyer the only one that pretty much said, look, I ain't rocking with none of this abuse stuff. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Jesse Duplantis, daggone, he was dancing around, and the other people really didn't say too much, And I get why, because let's say if you or I was on Daystar right now, I think I probably wouldn't say nothing. I will gracefully just move out, just leave. We'll go on over there. We'll go on over there, leave, and you know what I mean. I probably won't have. Me personally, that's just me. I can't speak for everybody else. I wouldn't personally, feel like I have to give anybody a reason why I'm leaving. It's obvious why everybody's leaving. I don't have to give you a reason. I'm just gonna leave. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean, it is what it is. Y'all handle that. Y'all handle what y'all gotta handle. And spin back on the other side if there's another side. But I'm wondering, what do people really want out of Daystar? Do y'all want like Daystar to like go out of business? Like, do y'all want Daystar the ministry to just shut down? Is that the aim? Is that the goal? Or is the goal is to get justice for Baby Lamb and get old Pete Butt locked up? Is that I mean, because that should be the goal. Seeing Daystar crumble, I don't see why that is a goal. Why? I don't see why people is happy to see that. Now, again, it's a lot of, I'll probably say 95, probably 98% of the people that's on Daystar I don't listen to doctrinally or for that in that regards, but like, why y'all want to see Daystar go? The whole goal should be to get justice for Baby Lamb. But I want to go through the last video that Julie Royce put out on her podcast. The last video of the last recording with Doug, in this recording, Doug Weiss is in the recording, Jimmy Evans, Joni, Susie, and Jonathan. Man, and the conversation got pretty heated. And I think we should go. I don't think a lot of people reviewed that video, but that video, I mean that audio that they put out was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. And I think we really should react to that. And I listened to a small piece of it, but I want to listen to it in its fullness with a lot of you guys. So, and then on what's going on. It's bad. That whole thing with Joni and Doug Weiss is horrible. It is, from the little bit I listened to, it is bad. It is horrible. But let's play it real quick. But before we go play, I want y'all to hit the thumbs up button. Smash up the thumbs up button for me. So I got the clip right here. Let's play it real quick.
On Daystar, and you publicly affirmed their relationship as being of the Lord. Can you do that in good conscience without having talking to Lisa to get her side of the story? Because for all you know, Doug could have just told you half-truths or one side of the story.
Well, yeah. Jonathan, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of discernment.
Now, that was Jonathan Evans. Jonathan Lamb asking Jimmy Evans a question. Now, Jimmy Evans, as we all know, is the so-called marriage guru. And he just recently stepped down out of his marriage, his old marriage ministry to focus on some end time stuff. But listen to his response. His response is not that of a good marriage counselor. Just listen to his response.
Could have, in talking to Doug and also with Joni, I could have discerned if he was lying in 5 minutes because I know how to talk to him. And when he said to me when we were talking and I asked him question after question after question after question, he answered every question exactly, and he never dishonored Lisa. Never threw under the bus.
But he's a pro. He's like the best of the best when it comes to dealing with people.
You've dehumanized him.
He wouldn't know what to say,
I'm an object in this world.
He's
the world that you guys created. Doug's an object. He's not a soul.
Yeah.
He's not a brother in Christ. Yeah. He's not forgiven. He's not the righteousness of Christ. He's an object.
Well, so you have dehumanized him. He's professional. He knew what he was doing and seducing a grieving widow and all this stuff. What I'm saying is, as a human, I'm talking to Doug on the phone and I'm asking questions, and he's answering every single question the way I've heard it answered over and over and over.
Answering questions like what? Really, what questions can you really ask a man who's divorcing his wife to marry another woman, like, quickly, like that? Like, really, what line of questioning is it? Now, y'all gonna hear Doug gonna get a little radical. He start getting a little moist, like I say. Just watch. Let's just listen to Jimmy, Chuck, and Jive real quick.
By someone who's been abused over a long period of time. And so, number one, Number two is I talked.
Now they keep saying abused over a period of time. And Doug gonna talk about how he was abused for 30 years. Now they never say what that abuse is. I, in my honest opinion, which I'm gonna show y'all where I believe he's alluding to that his wife probably was withholding nookie from him. That's probably what it was. We don't know, but I think that's what they're alluding to. But we'll jump into that part once we get there.
To people, and I asked questions, because I'm not going to tell you who I talked to, but I asked questions and I got the answers about what was happening in their relationship. And I met Lisa a couple of times, and so I was satisfied because of the conversations I had with her and him and others. That in having a conversation with Lisa, because we talked about this when we met the other day, I think Rachel was asking. I know what Lisa would have said, and what would have done is exactly what Doug said. It would have slowed it down 6 months. Lisa would have said, "I tried to work on the relationship. I want the relationship." Blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm saying. So I have to work with the people sitting in front of me and the information I have and the experience I have.
Yeah,
but it all comes down to trust. And Rachel said this the other day. She said, talking about you, Susie. She said, "Well, Susie and you than anybody else at this table," which was obviously disrespectful. And I don't care. The great thing about being my age is I just don't care. I've got a good quality of life. You can trust my experience and my judgment, or you can't. I'm not going to sell myself, and I'm not going to.
So Jonathan Evans is trying to persuade not Jonathan. Jimmy Evans is trying to persuade Jonathan Lamb to trust in saying that his mom's marriage to Doug Weiss is right in the sight of God. My question is, right, why are they going to this lengths to try to explain themselves? Why are they explaining this? That's what seemed more devilish to me than anything, because the way they trying to persuade Jonathan and Susie to be for Joni's relationship with Doug is demonic to me. It sounds very manipulative. Y'all know that word. That word is a tongue twister. It sounds very just listen how Jimmy Evans is talking right here.
And myself. The only thing I'm going to say is this is not the first time or the 30th time.
Yeah, of course, Jimmy. And I know that talking to Lisa could have slowed it down 6 months, but would that have been a bad thing when we're all questioning every single? No, I know, but
their concern. They're
every son and daughter. Jimmy, can I finish?
It was about adult children in a remarriage when there's been a death, and I'm saying I give you grace for your emotions and what you're feeling, but I'm not going through what you're going through. And I've got the experience. I'm saying you can submit, or you can keep going through this wrangling, and that's all it is.
We need to process this out.
I'm not going to talk to Lisa. I didn't talk to Lisa, and I'm not going to defend myself on that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, would it be the?
How are you a marriage counselor, and you refuse to talk to the other party? Jimmy Evans is the marriage guru, but he refused to talk to Doug Weiss's wife. Well, ex-wife, Lisa. You heard him. He just said, I refuse to talk to Lisa. Crazy.
Worst thing if it slowed down 6 months, if every single offspring of these two individuals is questioning the validity of this marriage.
Your view is different.
No.
It's not going to change the Bible verses you quote.
No.
It's not going to change anything.
No, but again, what if there is a spark of hope that Lisa could get back with you? Wouldn't that be the best solution in the end?
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Wouldn't that be the best solution before God if you guys could get back?
But what you didn't trust is I gave 1,000% to make that possible. 1,000%. My heart cried out for her to do that. Okay, I gave it 1,000%, and you're saying, oh, well, just keep doing it. Okay, I gave it that. Okay, I gave it 1,000%. And yes, that's intensity because I've been through 30 years of being neglected. And I tried and tried and cried and prayed. Okay?
Y'all see how they dancing around? 1,000% of what? They dancing. This is worse than what I thought. This whole situation with Joni Lamb and Doug Weiss is worse than I thought. After hearing this auto, we're going to finish playing it. that tells the fact that they got to try to convince people of their love. What they're trying to do is they are convicted of their love because they know they're not supposed to be together. And what they're doing is they're trying to convince everybody else that it's authentic and it's from God. God is not going to convince nobody to divorce their wife or their husband and remarry somebody else. Crazy.
This isn't, you're not scared of me.
I'm a little off put by your reaction.
He acts like that when I yell.
The reaction,
It's not acting.
you're
It's
saying
him.
something again.
It's his personality.
Okay, that I have been through an incredible amount of pain. And you're saying, Doug, damn it, just suck
No, I'm
it up
not.
and try it
I'm not
again.
saying
I'm
that.
just trying to understand.
I'm just.
That's
You
what you just got through saying. Why did you go?
He been what kind of pain, Doug? What kind of pain? That's what I'm saying. They dancing around. He said he been through all this type of pain, and he's not saying what kind of pain it was. They said that. Remember, they said that she didn't cheat, and there was no abuse, like physical abuse. What other pain was you going through, Doug? That's why I'm alluding to maybe she wasn't giving him no skins. I don't know. But what kind of pain was you going through, Doug? You got to be more in detail.
Go back to Lisa and try it
give
again.
No, I'm just saying, wouldn't that be the most honoring thing before the Lord?
It's not honoring to be abused. It's not honoring to be abused. It's not honoring to be.
What was the abuse, Doug? What you mean it's not honoring to be abused? That's what I'm saying. When people want to sin, they will come up with every excuse to sin. You can come up with a million different reasons to do what you want to do outside of the will of God, and then try to say, well, God gave me the right hand, God spoke to me, or I was going through pain, God don't want to. No, Doug. You're not being detailed. You're just saying you went through pain because you know that people is going to be triggered by that word and they're going to be empathetic by that word. So you trying to gain sympathy and empathy. Doug is a very, from listening to him, he's a very enticing man. And I believe Joni Lamb, in my honest opinion, is being manipulated by Doug and Jimmy Evans. And she's so vulnerable. And Jonathan is trying to protect his mom from two wolves, Jimmy Evans and Doug Weiss. But I mean, it's too late now because she done married Doug Weiss. Let's finish.
Neglected. It's not honoring to be untouched and unloved. It's not honoring to
That's the part right there. Let me play that back real quick.
do that. Okay? I have a clear conscience before I do that. Okay. Honoring to be abused. It's not honoring to be neglected. It's not honoring to be untouched and unloved. It's not honoring to do that.
So when he said it's not honoring to be untouched and unloved, that's why I said maybe Lisa Weiss, Doug Weiss' ex-wife, wasn't giving him no nookie. Maybe she wasn't hitting him off. And he now, in his eyes, that's abuse. And in Jimmy Evans' eye, that's abuse. But when did not giving your husband or your wife no nookie is abuse? Now, the Bible says you shouldn't neglect, your husband or your wife, only in a time of fasting and stuff like that. But it's not abuse. So if Doug Weiss and Jimmy Evans is calling withstaining yourself, which you shouldn't withstain yourself from your husband, from your spouse, abuse, they are not reading the scriptures right. And they are predators.
Okay? I have a clear conscience before my God who has never left me 1 second in this process and provides miracles for me to get out of that.
This is what your iPhone videos look like.
So-
But this is what it could look like if you know what buttons to press.
Okay? It's not honorable to do that.
So he said he have a clear conscience before God. That's what he said. Y'all heard that. And then he said God provided a miracle for him to get out of his marriage to Lisa. What was that miracle? What was that miracle? What? Are you saying the death of Marcus Lamb was a miracle for you to divorce Lisa Wise, your ex-wife, to marry Joni Lamb? Is that what you're saying, Doug? Because that's what I'm picking up. Because is that what you're laying down, Doug? Because that's what I'm picking up. Is that what y'all picking up? Is that what y'all picking up? Because that's what I'm picking up. Because what is the miracle that God can provide to have you doing? And it's not even a miracle what I'm about to say. Adultery.